Well, welcome back to This is day two. As you can see, after the first day, we were able to get some supplies installed and started stocking some of the materials we're going to need to improve this. And we've already demoed the ceiling here, getting it ready for new recessed lighting that will be going in here. Based on the space in the opening, we're going to install 6 recessed lights, 5 inches. Part of the demolition we took out, if you remember, there was a nice stained door here. This door has actually been removed. We also removed the header here to make it more opening. So this ceiling line will continue all the way straight through. And as we walk into this area here, if you remember, there was a wall located here. This is now going to become a built-in bar with cabinets located behind it. And we're going to complete a wall across the way with a door to go into the workroom area. Welcome back to day 4. What we're doing now is getting ready for all the mechanical to be completed, the electrical rough ends and the plumbing rough ends. So what we're working on today is actually framing up the entire space. We're working on the bathroom area now. You'll sort of hear us in the background, but in this area here, we're actually going to frame a wall on the back side where the cement's exposed, and then we'll also install the doorway that goes into the workshop area. And basically where we're standing here in the middle will become the counter space with a refrigerator in the back. Also, if you recall, we are relocating the laundry area. What we've done temporarily is move the washer and dryer out of the area this morning. Also remove the slop sink that was here to make more room. We're going to actually shift these 2 down because of the new wall that's been built to accommodate the new bathroom. And that was also completed today, is the actual framing of the bathroom itself. And able to do this, we actually had to relocate some heating duct and also the main supply charge for the air conditioner outside. So as we're finalizing prepping the framing for the bathroom, tomorrow we will start actually digging up the area to rough in the piping for the plumbing in the bathroom area. Now, because we had to go through the permitting process, which is required in Fairfax County, it does delay some things in terms of how our actual flow of work goes. Because our next step is to actually get all what they call rough ends completed. All the electrical and the plumbing, the HVAC, and all the framing to be completely roughed in. And then we call in for what they call an initial inspection, close-in inspection. They'll authorize us to be able to close in all the walls, and then we can start the drywalling, which will make everything look a little bit more finished for you, and you get a sense of what the actual space is going to look like. The only thing that we've encountered so far in terms of problems, as you always do in a construction environment, is the bathroom is a very tight space. And we're going to have to make some shifts in terms of locating the actual toilet and the vanity with the shower. Prior to actually starting the project, they had ordered a new water heater through our plumber, and we moved the hot water heater over by about 1 foot to accommodate a little bit more space here, as you can see, for the shower. The shower will be a 32 by 32 inch shower, completely tiled with a rubberized pan. There won't be a fiberglass base in the bottom of this with a tiled curb. Also, we plan on tiling the actual floor itself. We had to modify our plan a little bit for the scope of work based on the actual size of the bathroom to accommodate the toilet and the vanity. Good afternoon. Well, the phase that we're at now is what we're trying to do is get ready for what's called a concealment inspection. That's going to require electrical and plumbing and HVAC inspections done by the county prior to us to be able to close in all the walls. Also, at the same time, since it's not that much, we're also going to call what's an insulation inspection. By now, code requires in the county that the walls be completely insulated if they are redone. Again, if you remember back when we started, this wall was the one where all the water damage was. We decided to go ahead and reframe the wall so we could build out the plugs, and there's also a plumbing apparatus that we have to turn the main water off is located down here. Another thing that you do is what's called fire stopping. Fire stopping actually is stopping fire from being able to go from behind the wall up into the main house. They've come up with a new spray now by Home Depot that's available that's actually used for fire blocking. It's only rated into small cracks. If it was bigger, you would actually have to put a piece of drywall or some plywood to block in the area so the fire cannot travel up the entire length of the wall. That's something they'll be looking for in terms of inspection. On the ceiling, you can see that all the recessed lights have been roughed in. They'll be inspected also tomorrow. The insulation you're seeing was actually in the walls from the former homeowner. When we took the ceiling down, it was located up, so we just went ahead and placed that back up. The main shutoff valve was converted to what's called a ball cock valve. Very easily, doesn't leak. Also very easy to turn it off and shut off the main water. In case there is an emergency, you can turn it off very easily. When this is finished, what we will do is we'll actually apply an access panel on the outside so you can have finished drywall, but you just open the access panel to get to the shutoff valve. As you can see here, before there was actually a full solid wall. We've taken that down and prepared it for actually a bar type scenario. There's going to be a laminate bar placed on the top with actually finished cabinets behind it. The reason you have this support here, and you can see it's tied into the ceiling, is to give the wall more stability and be a little stronger. We did open the area to give it a little bit more of an open feel. Also, stepping back here, they have plans to locate an extra refrigerator down here. So we've actually roughed in a water box that will accommodate the water line for the ice maker. So they'll be able to have an ice maker which will provide extra ice down here. This area in here is strictly going to be for storage, not for entertaining. This used to be their existing pantry for downstairs. So what we're trying to do now is make it a little bit neater, provide a little bit more storage. They're also considering maybe putting in some pantry closets on this wall next to the refrigerator. That's still in the planning process. But very important for something in a basement, as you can see, we do not skimp on any of the lighting. They have 4 additional recessed lights in here, and there will also be a light located in the hallway to provide enough light in here. Also, by code, you have to have a fire alarm. So the blue box you see here is actually a fire alarm and located, and you have to have one outside of a bedroom door, inside the bedroom, and there's also one that's going to be wired into the family room area. Okay, I don't know if you remember the original shots, but the washer and dryer were actually moved over. We've temporarily relocated the dryer for her in the corner just so she can utilize the space. So she'll have the washer and dryer for over the weekend, but these are fully hooked up. But we are going to relocate them this way to accommodate the new bathroom that has been installed. If you look towards the bathroom, you can see all the rough-in plumbing and electrical have been completed. In a bathroom, it requires a separate GFI circuit that runs directly to the electrical panel, so it is on its own circuit. Also now, due to county code, it does require ventilation, so we have installed a fan-light combo actually that will provide light and fan to air out the shower area. This bathroom is going to have a tile-based pan, so it requires a rubberized pan. You can see it's been actually installed already, and it's filled with water, and it's plugged to make sure that it's not leaking for the inspector when he comes tomorrow. Once the inspector has completed his inspection, we'll actually put a cement base on top of it prior to adding the tile. The shower in the future will be completely tiled from the floor to the ceiling. The fan you're filming now is actually vented to the outside. We had to cut a hole through the cement wall to accommodate the vent. After field framing, we discovered that actually there's a water pipe that's still going to be below the ceiling line. So what we're going to have to do is install some extra 2x4s to build down the ceiling height a little bit in the shower to accommodate the pipes that are in the way for the new shower. Typically, they'd want us to put panels and nailer protectors to make sure that the drywall doesn't get nailed or screwed into the existing water lines. That would obviously cause some issues. So we're just going to build it down all the way across the length of the shower to accommodate that. The man in the red shirt is Salvador. Salvador and I have been working together for about 10 years. He's my superintendent on site. He manages and oversees all the crews. What Salvador is doing now is he's actually cutting strips of drywall. There was a drop ceiling in here before, if you remember in the beginning, and we're having to fill in some of the areas where the drop ceiling was to prepare it for drywall and painting.